Hi, and welcome to Thete Gaming, and going to be discussing Dragonflight again, as we're sort of transitioning to the point where Dragonflight is something that's coming into something that's sort of here, because it's not very far away. And there's still plenty of bugs in there. Oh my goodness, the things that are broken. I'm sure it'll all be fixed in time. Doesn't matter to me, I'm playing casually. I'm delighted to be back playing casually. Absolutely delighted. Doesn't bother me if there's the odd bug. But then Blizzard have announced a thing. They've said the tier set bonuses are going to be deactivated when the pre-patch goes live. They've admitted that this is very unusual. Very unusual. I think it's unique, isn't it? Unprecedented, maybe. But they said it's down to the fact that we're all getting these new class system, the new talent trees and so on. And I have to say the message was a little ambiguous, because they don't really say what the problem is if they'd have allowed the tier set bonuses to remain active. If what they mean is it breaks the game, and I don't mean breaks the game as in things become too powerful. I mean literally you wouldn't be able to play the game. The game would keep crashing, or your abilities wouldn't work. If that was the case, if it's the fact that they can't code them together, fair enough. But I don't think that is the case. And the reason I don't think that is the case is because the tier set bonuses are active in beta. They were active in the beta throughout, and I haven't noticed any problems, at least not with those. There's plenty of problems, but not with my character. So I think what they mean is they're worried that some classes will just become too powerful. Now, that is a strange concern to have, because let us remember what the purpose of the pre-patch is. It's just so that Blizzard can introduce the expansion in 2 stages to allow for a relatively smooth launch. So in the pre-patch, they launch basically the expansion. It's everything that's changing, just not the content. So all the changes to the classes, but all the changes to the game as well. It could be graphical changes. I mean, in the case of Dragonflight, we're getting changes to the way professions work a little bit. You're getting the reagent bag. Profession tools can go into the profession tab, so they don't clog up your bags. It's brilliant. Little changes like that coming in. Little changes like that. And then if there are any issues when that's implemented in your final few weeks where it's just madcap fun anyway, a phrase I should coming back to, then it's all sorted. It's all dealt with. Launch day, they just open up the new content. And it's all fine. Hopefully. So what is the problem in those last few weeks about things being broken? I'm going to draw on a couple of examples. Now, there's all sorts of mad things happened at the end of expansions. I've not been here for all of the end of expansions, but I've been for a few of them. And 2 in particular come to mind. The end of Burning Crusade and the end of Mists of Pandaria. So the end of Burning Crusade, I was in the guild. We'd already cleared all the content. But of course, last few weeks, you're going to go back in, try it. I was trying to get the sword off Kil'jaeden. Never happened, never happened. Never mind, it looked like something you'd used to put a pizza in an oven anyway. But I was banned from using Judgment of Light as a Retribution Paladin. Reason is, Judgment of Light, what it used to do is it's been there since the day one. You judge the boss or the mob, whatever, but the boss in this case, and people hitting it might get a little bit of healing. A little bit of healing, nice, just helps out, all fine. Not when the Wrath of the Lich King pre-patch came out. That Judgment of Light did a lot of healing. In fact, I'll tell you how much healing it did. I can't remember if it was on every boss, but it was definitely the case on Kil'jaeden. I would out-heal the healers. I didn't do it. All I did was judge light. It was really other people doing the healing, but I would be I would be top of the healing meters. The other healers didn't. I say the other healers. I wasn't a healer. The healers didn't like that, so they banned me from using it. That's how broken that was. And there were lots of other things that were broken as well. End of Mists of Pandaria. Bosses just melted. You know, the what was it? Would have been Warlords of Draenor pre-patch coming in. And all the new abilities. Everything just melted. Siegecrafter Black Fuse absolutely sticks in my head, because that was a boss. You'd go in, you'd have an initial burst, blow your DPS cooldowns, try and get them down as much as you can. Then you had to do all sorts of ridiculous mechanics. You're jumping all over the place. It's absolute madness. But not after the pre-patch. The boss would just melt. In fact, he would die before my wings ran out. He was dead. So you'd be there going, oh, nearly getting ready for the mechanic. Oh, you're looking at your DBM timers or bigwigs, whatever. Oh, getting ready for this mechanic. I better get. Oh, the boss is dead. Don't need to worry. Oh, mechanics, no. Back to Asmongold's advice. Mechanics, those are not for you. They weren't for anyone. They weren't for anyone when that pre-patch came out. So, does it matter? Did people at the time go, oh, she's a bit rubbish? No, I'll tell you what, I remember, especially at the end of Mr. Pandaria, there was a boost in raider activity. I don't just mean at the top end. Like, the sort of flexi raids had just come out. And these are what settled down into what we now call normal and heroic. And there was a massive boost. And why? It was obvious, wasn't it? Because, you could have this new class, or the class that you were playing, you hadn't geared it very well, you didn't know how to play it very well. It didn't matter. Just press this button, the boss will just melt. It was just a few weeks. No one was playing seriously. If you hadn't finished progressing, yeah, okay, you might kill the bosses then, but you knew it wasn't progress. It was all finished. You were getting ready for the expansion. You were just having a bit of a blowout, a bit of fun. That was all it was. And it was fun for a lot of people. And you think, why are they removing this now? I am going to say that for me personally, there is one upside, but I think there's probably a downside as well. The upside for me, so what I've been doing, so I came back, a few months ago, and I've been, basically, I've been doing LFR Fated and a few other things as well, doing some of the quest lines, quite interesting. But I've basically got all the classes. So I've got 12 level 60s, because that's what you do when you're casual. You've got nothing else. You just level another character. I say level, I didn't actually level them. I just boosted them. But, I was gearing them for the expansion. And, I've got to the point now. There's a couple that still need to do more fated bosses for the dinars. In fact, if the dinars stop when the pre-patch comes out, I don't think my monk, who's the last one, is going to get them all. In fact, he's not. But never mind. It doesn't matter. But I was doing the odd wing on some others as well, just for the sake of, first of all, opening the vault. That's actually a bit of fun. That's, on Wednesday, like a little mini. You have that in games, like Lord of the Rings Online, for example. Each day you get a little thing. Oh, what's it going to be? Oh, it's rubbish. But, that's quite nice each week, just what you're going to get in the vault. But also it was really for tier. Because, my characters, some of them are on like one piece, some of them are on 3 pieces. It's like, well, let's just see if we can get one more piece of tier before I decide they're done for until Dragonflight. Don't need to do that now, because if we're going to shut the tier set bonuses off, doesn't matter, does it? Don't care. So that's fine, because I have to say, LFR Fated for the first couple of cycles, I think, 2 or 3 cycles, was absolutely fine. Oh, it's brilliant. Absolutely fine. You get the odd wipe, yes. But by and large, it was fine. It was actually good fun. I've been enjoying it. Last couple of weeks, not so much. No, not so much. Quite a lot of people, it's not even just a case of not knowing the facts. They don't even seem to know the basics of anything. So it's been a bit of a chore, LFR Fated. So the opportunity to just not bother on any character that's not my mage or my monk, yeah, fine, thank you. But then I'm thinking ahead to the pre-patch. So what we're all going to do on the pre-patch? Well, I'm going to do what a lot of people are going to do. I'm going to go, 12 classes, that's for amateurs. Let's get a 13th. So we'll be doing the Dragonflight Evoker, won't we? Of course we will. Of course we will. Have to say, I'm still not keen. The first video I did, because pretty much that was all that was in when I got into the alpha at the start. And I said I wasn't very keen on the way it does DPS. I'm still not very keen on it. Not at all. Healing maybe more interesting. So I might just do a bit of healing. I haven't done healing in years, never mind. So now I'm thinking to myself, okay, so I'm going to level up this Dragonflight. I've got some gear already just to get it. So it's straight into LFRs, fated LFRs, great. And I'm imagining this scenario when I go into LFR. More specifically, I'm imagining it from the tank's point of view. You get a tank going, they sign up for LFR, in they go. They say hello to their fellow tank. Oh, how you doing? Right, let's sort out how we're going to... And then they look around and they go, oh my God, everyone's a Dragonflight Evoker. All the healers, all the DPS. Oh, none of them will know how they're playing it. This is going to be carnage. I'm out of here. But if they stick around, they're just worried it's going to be carnage. And it probably will be. So if there's the odd person in there who's not a Dragonflight Evoker, they may have to pick up some slack, is what I'm thinking. It's what I am thinking. Because I'll tell you something. The Dragonflight Evoker is not a straight... Well, I don't know at the end of it if it's going to be considered to have a high or a low skill cap, but it's not intuitive. I can see a lot of people going very badly wrong with it. So at least give people the set bonuses. Is it going to make them too powerful? Who cares? Who cares? I'll tell you what people care about, wiping in LFR. That's what people care about. So yeah, I think this is a very odd decision. It's a classic case of fun detected, eliminate it. And I cannot think of any good reason to do this. But those are my thoughts anyway. Let me know yours in the comments below. And until next time, I'll see you later.